Welcome back to the Diecast Museum, guys. Today we are looking at a whole bunch of mystery boxes. They're mysterious only in that I haven't opened these boxes in over a decade, some of them 15 years or more. As you can see by the labels on these are Hot Wheels boxes stuffed full of packaged new mainline Hot Wheels that I've been buying and collecting since 2005 at the earliest over here, and all the way up to 2012 back over my shoulder here. And these are a lot of the cars basically from around the time when I stopped opening up my mainline cars because I had run out of space to display them. So I started packing them away in boxes, and this is now what I do with the cars. To this day, all the mainline cars get packed away in Sterilite plastic totes. They're a little bit more organized than what I have here. Lots of cool cars here. I have no idea what's in these boxes. It's been so long. There's going to be duplicates, there's going to be triplicates of some of the better cars, and we're just going to start peeling through the layers here. This may be a multi-part video series. It's not a Hot Wheel year-by-year video encompassing. This is a mystery box unboxing of Hot Wheels in cold storage. In almost 2 decades, not a decade, guys. This is 2005 to 2006. That was 19 years ago. And we've got lots of boxes here. I've marked them up with a Sharpie long time ago. So they are somewhat organized. HW standing for Hot Wheel. And some of these boxes weigh a lot. Now we've got duplicates as well. Some of them are entire boxes full of one type of casting. Back from my hoarding days. Yes, I did hoard back in around 2008 through 2011. I hoarded Hot Wheels. I lived in Ottawa during around that time, one of those years. I think it was 2008, 2009. And I was surrounded by Walmarts and stores, and I just couldn't help myself. I would go hunting almost every day, and I would pick up so much junk I didn't need. And here it rests in these brown boxes, which many a hoarder could probably attest to. That is the case. Now, what a mess, guys. What a mess. But it's going to be a fun mess. Let's get into it. So ideally, this is what I'm looking to have the result be, is more organized cars all sorted by year. And again, these are cars, Hot Wheels cars for the most part, that I just have not opened up because I don't have room in my museum to display all of my cars. I'm completely out of room on the walls. It's a rotating display system. So we've got all the boxes. Let's just check it out from the back side here. Probably a couple 100 pounds of boxes. Now there's boxes everywhere in the museum, and I am in the process of liquidating my Lego collection. Not all of it, but most of it. Anyways, we're also clearing out empty boxes. They just seem to pile up everywhere. In other news, I am completing my Car Culture Hot Wheels 2-pack premium collection. In duplicate, I might add. I will be opening up a full set of those cars in a forthcoming video, probably a few moons away still. And always sorting through the boxes here as we head into the original Hot Wheels Museum. Look at all the boxes of premium cars in here that still need to be more properly identified, because right now they're blank labels. Just cast a view as we go into this room, and it's getting thick with cars, as it always does around this time of year. Coming up on Christmas, I go a little crazy, and I start buying all the cars that I thought I didn't need earlier in the year, and then I'm like, oh no, I think I'll go ahead and collect everything. So we've got just about everything in here. Boulevard, Car Culture, a bunch of Walmart exclusives, Target exclusives, and other sorts of things. Fast and the Furious, Ultra Hots, Team Transport, also collecting that in full duplicate. I have been collecting these for, well, since day one, but not in duplicate. I'm trying to get my hands on a duplicate copy of each so I can open them up with you guys. And then, oh my goodness, the amount of awesome new M2 and Greenlight and Johnny Lighting and Auto World that I've collected. I am way behind on opening up cars and trucks for you guys. Where did all those boxes come from, though, you may ask? Well, deceptively so, they were all hiding under the diorama. So here we have like a little fort of sorts. It's about 6 feet deep in there to another stack of boxes, and about 2.5 feet wide. I don't think once I unpack all of those Hot Wheels cars we're about to see that they will fit back in there in Tupperware Sterilite totes or whatever they are. But at least they'll be organized and I'll know better what I have. And also, really, I'm just kind of excited to open up some boxes that haven't been cracked in 20 years and see how I feel about it. Because, like I said, this is an ongoing collection sort of way of doing things for me, is just to keep piling the cars up into boxes and Sterilite totes. And, you know, here's some 2018 mainlines just jammed up in there. And I have not a single 2018 Hot Wheels open up, really. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's start with an old box first. 2005 is where it's at. This is probably the smallest box too. 2005 to 2006. Then on up 2007, 2007, 2008, 2008, and then on over 2009 and onward. So, as the years went on past 2005, I started opening up Hot Wheels less and less. And that's why this is the smallest box. I have scoured my museum for all of the cars of the same year so that we can get through this and sort them properly so I don't ever have to do this again. This is going to be some mayhem. I, again, cannot say how many of these boxes we are going to open up today. We'll just have to play it by ear because, again, hundreds of pounds of cars. I'm just going to crack everything out here for you. See if we can get some focus on these cars even as we go. I don't know if that's going to work out so well, but we got lots of cool cars. Wow, I remember this car. I was hunting this one like crazy. 64 Chevy Impala. Oh man, that's such a cool car. So I can see already the focus is not going to work out so well, so we're going to just kind of gloss through everything until we get it out, and we'll set everything down to look at it. 2006 first edition Nissan Titan slammed trucks. Lots of first edition cars in here. Man, they built boxes good back then. This is like double corrugate. Typical Hot Wheels box. Triplicates, it would appear, of the 70s Chevelle SS. Actually, I've got on a fourth one. So that's quadruplicates. The Datsun 240Z. That made a brand new appearance in 2005. Very cool to see all these cars again. It's been such a long time, and they're as good of condition as when I put them back. Back before dump bins were common too. So, like, check out the cardboard on these. It's like beautiful. That's a sweet casting too. I bought that at Sears. May she rest in peace. That's no longer. And there you go. The 20 plus Cadillac 16. I'm probably going to run out of room just to put these cars here, but we're going to go through the whole box. More cars from Sears. So the introduction of the PR5 wheels, the introduction of the gold fast ones, or whatever the heck those things were called. Super fast wheels. Just a lot of nice cars in here. Anyways, whoa, Pontiac GTO and the return of the SP5 Redlines in the Redline segment. So that says 2006. That's what that 06 stands for. So we are into 06 cars now. You've got the 05 packaging right here, and now the 06 packaging. Tell the difference right there. Looks like most of this box is going to be 06. The Hotbird. After years of dormancy, it came back out 2006. Prototype Alfa Romeo's a new edition. Very rare casting these days. Hardly ever see that car. I'm not even sure if they ever produced it again. We've got the VW Bug. Also made its way back into mainline. Now, this is back in the day when cars were all metal. All three of these cars I'm showing you are metal on metal. And it wasn't that long ago, but it was 2006. It's 18 years ago. I forget how old I am. Hot Birds in black. This is one of my absolute favorites. I wasn't a fan of the red window tint, mind you. I thought it would look better with something else. So many cool muscle cars back then. The 70 Plymouth Superbird. And we started getting some of those JDM cars, including the Toyota AE86 Corolla First Edition. with those. What the heck are those wheels called? I can't remember. Someone let me know in the comments. Ford Thunderbolt. We've got two variations here. SP5 and whatever type of wheels those are. And then this metal on metal Plymouth Barracuda funny car, opening body and chassis. So cool. Love these cars. Oh man, I hoarded all three of these. I know I did. Check it out. 69 Dodge Charger with opening hood. 64 Chevy Impala, we saw that already. And then the return of the Baja Breaker van. This time with a plastic chassis. Hadn't been seen in, oh, probably 2 decades or more. Hot Wheels really started to appeal to older collectors around this time frame, and they definitely got me with the bug as well, because they started re-releasing lots of old cars from yesteryear, as well as muscle cars that were of interest to young men such as myself. Back in the day, I say back in the day, but my goodness, it wasn't that long ago, was it? Check it out, 69 Camaro, whole bunch of different variations, all first release, 2006, first release cars. Different colors, different wheels. Oh yeah, the Shelby Cobra 427 SC, opening hood, all metal, returns to the mix. 69 Pontiac GTO and the Ford GT40 with Redline wheels. Absolutely stellar. We're only halfway through this box, guys. So much cool stuff. 68 Mercury Cougar and the return of the Ford 3-window 1934 all metal casting. Check it out. SP5 wheels. Loved how they used SP5 wheels so often back then. Look at this Redline custom 69 Chevy pickup truck in like a pearlescent metallic green. Redline logo on the rear fender. So many more Redlines too. What a great series to collect. 69 Pontiac Firebird with Redlines. Chrome interior was common. 68 Chevy Nova. And look at that. The Redline Baja Bug. All metal. Pearlescent. Kind of dark. Cinnamon red maybe. Oh man, we've got some cool cars in here yet. 8 crate. The old station wagon with the American patriotic flag all up and down the sides. We've got the Ford F-150 jacked up for mudding. Lotus Project M250. And the first time we had seen this in years, the GMC motorhome. Very cool. Another casting we have not seen in decades up until 2006. The old number 5, they called it old number 5.5 here. Came out in multiple variations and paint colors, different wheels. This old fire truck, I think last seen in 1982. It was re-released for 2006. The Enzo Ferrari, now that is going to be an expensive car because we know that Hot Wheels lost the Ferrari license. And that was some time ago, and this is a really desirable casting. Had I known, I probably would have tried to get more than one back then, but that's, maybe that's the only one I could get. Also found this thing, the Invader. These things were discontinued a couple years later because they have this spring-loaded missile that could be shot, and it has a lot of force. It'll go a good 10, 15 feet easily. I don't think it'll take out anyone's eye, but it might cause it to water, I suppose, and that's why they discontinued it. And we got the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. This is the final car from my 2005-2006 box. And check it out, I've got 3. They have the gold SP5 wheels on it. The Wienermobile, an actual real vehicle. And that one is neat. That was a hard one to find back then. That's the end of this box, guys. And we've got a lot more boxes to look at, as you can see. There is something to learn about collecting the 2005 and 2006 Hot Wheels mainline. Based on the packaging, there was a transition of packaging style mid-year, which makes it somewhat complicated to collect this year of Hot Wheels, or these years of Hot Wheels. And here, side by side, once again, we can see the 2 package styling. Got the 2 cars kind of racing next to each other versus the one profile look. And we are going to zoom out here in just a moment. I'm going to start back chronologically 2005 with what I have carded. I do have a lot of these cards loose elsewhere, but here we have the first editions. And you can see on the right there, 2005 first editions. And then there was just the unlabeled non-collector series cards, I suppose. They had a collector number up at the very top. But on the side panel, it was just the name of the car and nothing more. And then also at the very top, I should mention, you can see that there's the date 2005. And that is quite easy to see, 2005. And then 2006, as we get up into the 2006, making it quite delineable from that point of view. But there were some series to collect. And look at, they were basically kind of all the same color. We got one series here, it's dark gray, another dark gray, and another dark gray. But these are two different series. Pinheads, 20 plus, and Muscle Mania, all basically very much the same looking from the side. So you really have to examine the cars when looking at them from that point of view. And then, of course, we have the first editions, which is the most obvious because it says first editions in a white panel on the side. And then in bold white lettering or numbering, you've got the collector number 29 out of 38, also on the side. And, of course, you don't see that on the other cars. Even in the series, the 4 to 5 cars are different. The bold numbering is off to the side of the name versus below the name. And that is true for each of the cars in that sort of segment. Things I've observed. More first edition cars. Moving on over to 2006. These look the same as the 2005, which is why it's so confusing. The only difference you can see is up there by the collector number 2006 and 2006. Okay, wait, those are 2006. But you know what I mean, 2005. We'll put the 2005 car next to the 2006, and you wouldn't know without looking at that little tiny number that those are from different years. Same sort of thing goes on here, 2006 non-series segment collection. And then we've got some more non-series segment collection. But to make it even more complicated, the transitionary card art starts in 2006. And that's only delineable by that 06 above 125-223. Otherwise, there's no more collector number at the top. But these are all part of the same collection series. And cars can be found on either card. So it gets very hard to collect these cars going backwards now through time. And then on top of that, at the time, in 2006, it was hard to collect them as well because you got the side panels, Motown Metal, Drop Stars, Redline. Well, they're all dark gray, so they all look basically the same from the side if you're leafing through these cards on the card pegs. And on top of that, you've got Redline cars here with the old 2006 packaging. And now the new 2006 packaging, also part of the Redline. Well, that one's WWF. Redline here. Now suddenly we go from this little gray bar to the big purple bar of Redline, even though these cars are all in the same series. So we got 3 of 5, 1 of 5, 2 of 5, and 5 of 5 here, and 4 of 5. So that's a full 5-car set right there with 2 different packages completely. And on top of that, to make things even more complicated, they use the same color bar for a different series entirely, the World Wrestling something or other, different series, and another purple bar for Motown Metal. So you got 3 different series, all the same purple bar. So if you're leafing through these cars, look how hard it is to delineate those series. I actually think this was great. It made the real collector have to hunt for cars and not just go strictly by a color of cardboard as a cue of what is a treasure hunt, what is a certain series, what is the coveted car to find in a segment. You had to really look at everything, which made the hobby more enjoyable, I think. We've also got, some yellow barred cars here. And what is the yellow barred card? Doesn't really say anything. I think this is first edition, actually, for yellow bar. And on blue bar, I'm talking about the side panel here, just non-segment name series. No name at all. So that's kind of the overview of the cars that I have here in the 2005, 2006 unopened collection that I have. I have many of these cars and many more loose in my Plano storage boxes. But that is for another video in a year-by-year video because there's just too much to talk about in addition to cardboard variations. Do we have time to go in for another one? I don't think so. Stay tuned for the next mystery box. We're going to go into 2007. See what's in there.